Hola,
Hola,
linda tarde. Hola Stefano, buona tarde, buonasera, no buongiorno.
buona giornata.
Buona giornata. Espero que todo el mundo esté bien. Gracias por unirse. Por ahí va a empezar a llegar unas cuantas personas a este live que decidimos hacerlo así de la nada. Así que gracias a los aventureros que simplemente se están asomando aquí sin saber mucho de lo que vamos a estar hablando. Amor y Dharma es un espacio donde a mí me gusta conversar con personas que me inspiran, con personas que por el amor y por tener propósitos comunes nos hemos encontrado en el camino y o nos hemos hecho amigos o somos personas que tenemos una admiración mutua o tenemos intereses comunes que queremos compartir con más personas. Así que hoy quiero presentarles a Stefano Di Cicco y el propietario insegnanti di italiano en a common language, que es su escuela. Hola Stefano.
Ciao bello, come stai? Come stai Lisel?
Va bene, grazie. ¿E lei? ¿E tú?
Tutto bene, grazie. No.
Bueno, como ven, mi italiano todavía no he cogido muchas clases. Yo les prometo que él es un maestro fantástico. Voy a
Grazie.
estar hablando en inglés y en español también. I'm going to be saying some of this in English as well because he's also a Spanish teacher or has, Spanish teachers in his school. So, por el amor del yoga y por el amor de los idiomas, Stefano y yo coincidimos en Samadhi. Él es italiano, obviamente, y ahora vive en Puerto Rico. Y un buen día yo estaba buscando clases de italiano, de hecho estaba en Italia, él llegó a Samadhi a tomar una clase y la maestra me dijo, mira, llegó un maestro de italiano guapísimo, alto, exactamente lo que tú estás buscando. Y sí, aunque no de esa manera, y ya estaremos hablando quizás un poquito más de eso, pero vamos a hacer algo muy divertido. Tenemos un open house porque vamos a estar haciendo un proyecto juntos que vamos a hacer desde Samadhi, un pop-up school. Así que para que conozcan un poquito más de eso, vamos a hacer un pequeño juego ahora, entre Stefano y yo, donde él va a hablar en italiano y yo voy a tratar de traducir aquí a lo mejor que yo pueda porque I'm not really that good. So, él me va a empezar a decir cosas. He's going to tell me some things about himself and about our project, and I'm just going to try to translate. ¿Sí? Vamos.
Sì, vivo a San Juan da 2 anni.
Ok, quiero decir que no es retardado. Él está siendo nice para que yo entienda. How would it go, Stefano, if you would have said that in your normal pace?
Vivo a San Juan da 2 anni, sono di Roma e mi sono trasferito a San Juan perché ero stanco di New York.
Vivo en San Juan hace 2 años, soy naturalmente de Roma y me mudé a Puerto Rico porque ya estaba cansado de vivir en Nueva York.
Sì.
So how did I do?
Very good. Anche un altro motivo era che, un'altra ragione era che New York è in quel momento della mia vita non riuscivo a sentire me stesso.
En ese momento de mi vida, New York no me hacía sentir como yo me quería sentir. Is that what you said?
Sì, feel myself.
Feel myself. No podía sentirme yo, I guess.
Esatto, esatto. E allora sono venuto qui. Grazie a tutti i portoricani per darmi la possibilità di stare qui.
Gracias a todos los puertorriqueños por darme la posibilidad de estar aquí.
Un posto meraviglioso.
Es un lugar maravilloso.
Che spero prima o poi tutti quanti noi troviamo un'unione per rendere ancora più meraviglioso.
No sé.
I hope that we find the unity that will allow us, and I include myself in the people that lives in this island, to make this island even more beautiful.
Absolutely. You see, por eso es que me encanta hablar con Stefano. Ahí vieron, ¿no? Se puede entender porque el español y el italiano son muy afines, mientras no hay conjugaciones de verbos y no hay esa riqueza del lenguaje. Mientras él estaba diciendo cosas simples, while he was saying just simple things of where I live and how long I've been here, pues claro que voy a entender. Pero ya cuando empieza a decir cosas poéticas como yo espero que podamos juntos hacer un mejor país, ya ahí entonces uno tiene que pedir ayuda y por eso es que hay que estudiar los idiomas, ¿no? Porque there's only so much you can fake about this, you know, like I don't really know Italian, but
that is because
it's
it's
beautiful
more,
because that's part of what makes us want to talk more and be together more, because you're a very conscious being. Not everybody that comes to live to this island, no todo el que viene a vivir a Puerto Rico tiene esa elegancia de decir gracias por permitirme estar en su país. Así que gracias, Stefano, por tu gracia. Thank you for your elegance.
That's it. So, quello che vogliamo fare io e Lisel è
lo che vamos a estar haciendo, Lisel y yo,
oltre a presentare delle classi di lingua di diverso livello,
además de presentar las clases de lenguaje en distintos niveles,
brava, di differenti livelli, vorremmo anche unire questo amore che abbiamo per lo yoga.
Queremos unir el amor que ambos tenemos por el yoga.
Yes.
Si pure amore there, I will understand. Amore, tesoro, carissima, bellissima. I know all of those. So, sí, tenemos un amor común por el yoga. Right. Él lo practica, él también es ciclista. Y pues a mí me gusta machacar el italiano.
Per esempio, abbiamo pensato di fare delle classi di yoga dove io ripeto le cose che dice Lisel, ma in italiano.
Habíamos pensado hacer una clase donde la damos entre los dos. Y entonces yo digo la clase en español y él lo repite en italiano para que vayamos escuchando el lenguaje diferente. So, si tú estás queriendo, if you're trying to learn Spanish, it'll be great because you'll be in a Spanish class. I also know English, so I can do a little bit of both. Y si tú lo que hablas es español o inglés y te interesa aprender italiano o estar más expuesto a la lengua italiana, va a ser una manera muy divertida de aprender a respirar en italiano. How do you breathe in Italian? Isn't that a great question?
Tipo, respirare.
Respirare.
To breathe. Respirare.
To breathe. Inspirare is inhale, right?
And what about
expirare? It's exhale. Sí, I know those because it's the same as Latin.
Perfetto, poi ci sono le posizioni yoga.
¿Cómo se dice? So do you know that breath is in the etymological part of it's part of the etymological root of soul as well. So by the breath we connect to the soul. So inspiration, you're an artist as well. Stefano es un artista. Talk to me about how you are also an artist, because I wanna link it, because artists and yogis also have things in common. So this is another way we connect. Esta es de otra manera en la que nosotros conectamos también, porque el mundo del arte también es parte de mi mundo. Y también estudié arte en Italia hace un montón de años. Así que esta es otra cosa. So talk to me in Italian, baby. Talk to me.
Sono andato a scuola di arte. Sono un po' cresciuto tutta la mia vita cercando di costruire un mio linguaggio artistico. Right?
Fui a la escuela de arte y he estado toda la vida buscando mi lenguaje artístico.
Questo, una volta che si conquista un proprio linguaggio.
Yo tengo una idea, o entiendo, la volta, it's a turn, but also, how is it used here? La volta, tengo una volta, you said, so it's not an idea or a turn. How is it used in that particular sentence?
Once that you discover your own language and your own way to communicate.
I understood that, but volta part is where I got a
Volta
little
is like una volta is once.
Oh,
Let's
once.
put
That's
together.
it. So
Una
like
volta.
okay.
E
Pues una vez encontré
una
mi
vez
propio
che
idioma artístico, è
puoi
pintor y escultor.
esatto, puoi applicare questo linguaggio a molte altre cose, no?
Exacto, exacto. Y
Perché
podemos, ese lenguaje artístico se vuelve parte de lo que somos y lo aplicamos a todo lo que hacemos. Y de la misma forma, nosotros ahí conectamos mucho, porque yo no he sentido que yo he abandonado el mundo del arte porque estoy en el mundo del yoga, porque yo vivo y respiro arte, yo soy arte igual que tú. Y esa es otra idea que nosotros tenemos en común, que nosotros no solamente somos personas, sino que somos arte. And that is the best thing you can do for your life, to work on yourself as your own work of art. Y qué mejor cosa que expandirse a otras personas, y qué mejor cosa que un lenguaje. So yoga is a common language as well. So the name of his school is awesome, because this is what it's about, connecting to other people, right?
connect with other people.
So
And
tell me a little bit more how the art makes you such a different kind of language teacher as well, and how is your school different?
well, my approach to language is the same approach that I have with a canvas, in a sense that for me, the most important part is to be simple in life.
Yes.
And to communicate simply to people. That doesn't mean to use simple words, but to communicate in a way that arrives, it gets to you.
Exactly.
So when I do my classes, I try to make it in a way that you're not just repeating, you're not just memorizing things, but you actually experience things. So we do this through conversation, basically.
Como estábamos haciendo justo ahora, que lo que estábamos haciendo era jugando. No te das ni siquiera cuenta de que estás aprendiendo. Yo, porque no puedo jugar así de libre y siempre me meto en mi cabeza, pues rápido quiero agarrar una palabra y parar la conversación y decir de qué quiere ver esa palabra, pero así también se aprende experimentando. Y entonces algunas de las ideas que tenemos...
Experimentando, está una parola perfetta. Experimentando está la parola che sta come la the keys, right? Come si dice la chiave? Come si dice
la llave?
La llave, right? In
Yes,
spagnolo.
la llave.
È una chiave, e con questa chiave puoi aprire tante possibilità. E perché non lo yoga? No? Perché lo yoga, quando si fa yoga, when one does yoga in his own language, for some reason there is a different things that you got to stimulate in yourself.
Absolutely.
When you do it with a different language, it's a different thing. So I'm not saying that one is better than the other. It's just a different experience.
It's another experience. It's another experience, because other languages, even in Italian, that it's so similar, and Portuguese, that it's so similar, that some words are different enough, but also the tempo, also the tonality of a language, which is what I love about the Italian language, because to me, not only I love Italian food, and I love Italian art, and I love Italian jewelry, and I love Italian people and customs, and you know, the way they connect over food and tradition. It's just a culture that I am very drawn to, just also like Greek culture, those ancient cultures, as Indian culture. Those and African culture. So all of those cultures that have been like the beginning of humanity, to me, are very attractive, because I come from a place that has a very short history, or we don't know our history, right? So la conexión que nosotros podemos crear a través del lenguaje es tanto más de lo que nosotros podemos cuantificar, ¿no? Which is what you're saying, you know, when you hear the phonetics of another language. For example, the other day I was listening to a yoga class in Italian, and to me, it seemed very melodic, but also very poetic, because the sound of the same word in Italian to me just sounds different, because I'm used to hearing it in another way. And the way it feels in my body is also different, because I have associations of the Italian language to yumminess. You know, to me, Italian just awakens in my body yumminess, you know. English awakens in my body be direct and be efficient and be badass and rock and roll, And so, an Americana, because that's the English that I know. But if I hear somebody speaking in a British accent, it does something completely different to me. It's. So, and the same in Spanish. In Spanish, when I hear Spanish, I feel at home because it's my own language. But if I hear it in another accent, I also feel intrigued.
Yes,
So
it
it's
is.
very interesting in so many ways that we can connect. And the same with yoga. You can go to a yoga class in Chinese and not understand the language and still follow a yoga class and
And
feel
it's a different experience.
it is a different experience. Yes.
It's the way that you relate to this world is really a lot through the way we speak, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
discovered for example, to learn another language, it's not only to become fluent and etc., but it's also to put in our word a different sounds, a different way to express what you want to say through sounds, right?
Sí,
And
sí.
it can open your chakra in a way, you know what I mean? Because it
Absolutely.
connects you to people in a different way, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, that thing about being able to, you said experiences, it's not the same thing to read the menu in Italian when you're in Italy than to read it in English or Spanish. You understand what they really wanted to say. It also, connects to more opportunities to, open up different conversations and throw yourself in other experiences. But to me, it also has a wellness aspect. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque cuando hablamos de wellness, queremos preservar las funciones de nuestro cerebro. Y si nosotros estamos hablando de anti-aging, if we don't want to grow old, we want to stimulate our brain in as many ways as possible. Y creando nuevos caminos neurológicos, que es lo que es aprender un nuevo lenguaje, it's going to keep you sharper for life.
Assolutamente corretto. Infatti, learning another language is beneficial on many different levels. It becomes a mantra when you repeat your vowels clear and loud, and so that allows you to speak an Italian that's very clear or a Spanish that's very clear. It becomes the repetition of words, the invention of a sentence, the come up with a sentence that is created by you. It gives you so many, it makes you feel good about yourself because you say, oh my God, I'm able to speak another language, right? That is
When
good.
people actually understand you, you're like, yeah.
I know, it's a big thing. It is a big thing, you know?
And mainland ground, I got a little rush just by, being able to interpret the few words that you were saying in Italian. It was very fun to me.
Yeah, and also like it connects you to different culture, and that is the point of my common language. Is the idea is that we find a common language, so we explore different cultures. For example, I hear a lot of Americans that comes here and they have difficulty in learning the language, and I say maybe it's because the person needs to find a place where he feels comfortable and he can be vulnerable without feeling, how can I say, Intimidated, bravo, esatto. And that is a very important thing because...
How do you say intimidated in Italian? Intimidato.
Intimidito.
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 So close.
No, quella that's also una cosa che mi piace molto, una bella idea, questa di scoprire the way that you learn another language, to discover the way that is your way to learn another language. So, for example, when I start a class, even from the beginner class, we learn, first of all, pronunciation, which is the key. And second of all, is verbs and nouns. But you can do this while you are when I'm speaking to the students, even at the very beginning.
Yes.
Even at the very beginning. So that is important because immediately you feel a sort of gratification.
Something that I loved from the classes that I took with you, and I haven't taken that many classes, but he asked us to watch a series on Netflix in Italian, and just being exposed to the language in the beginning, al principio tú sientes que tú lo que entiendes es quizás un 3%, and then it becomes a 5%. And one day you understood the whole thing and you didn't have to look at the subtitles, viste, te lo viste y te das cuenta al final, porque cuando estás ahí ni siquiera te estás dando cuenta y es muy divertido. Y por eso yo creo que este pop-up school that we're thinking about doing is going to be great because it's in a different place. It's in a place where other people are going to do other things. You know, we're in a kitchen, we have tea, we're sitting together, you know, and in a place. This day that we do this open house is going to be fun because we can just, you know, breathe together, laugh a little, learn a language, get some information, you know, and maybe drink a little prosecco at the end.
It brings these beautiful people together, you know, brings people together so we can unload all this love that we have inside and give it to somebody instead to keep it for ourselves in a different language, which is really cool.
Bravo, sí, de acuerdo, de acuerdo.
In fact, the idea of l'idea di avere una scuola, come si dice in inglese, pop-up, right? È l'idea che non hai un posto you don't have like a place where you go to school, but you go to a place where a school happened. So you're projected immediately, sei proiettato nella realtà, you're immediately projected in a reality where you can actually practice your Spanish or your Italian.
Beautiful.
You know, that is because we can do pop-up in a yoga center, in a bookstore, in a library, in a coffee shop, in a restaurant, and all those are different experiences, the way for yourself and also the way that you perceive the new language.
Absolutely. Oh my God, it's so much fun every time that I hang out with you.
We're gonna have fun itself on
so much fun. So the 28th, el 28 de febrero, vamos a estar en Samadhi, pero si quieren más información sobre este evento, van a commonlanguage.net o llaman a Stefano. ¿A qué número, Stefano? So I can put it here.
Sí, 646
207
8345.
8345. Lo voy a poner en los mensajes aquí cuando publiquemos este live. Si solo pudiste ver un ratito, pues regresa. También va a estar en YouTube, en nuestro canal de YouTube y con nuestra serie de Amor y Dharma. Así que, you know, any last words that you want to share? ¿Algo más que quieres compartir con nuestra gente?
Ci sono molti buoni ristoranti italiani qui a Porto Rico che dovremmo vedere. E anche durante questa classe parleremo di yoga, ma parleremo anche di quello che ci piace, come il cibo, right? Cercheremo Lisella ed io di mettere tutto questo un po' insieme e creare un'ora e mezza di pace, di tranquillità, di curiosità, di scambiare cose l'uno con l'altro, no? E veramente fare quello che
por si acaso se les perdió algo, lo que estamos queriendo es crear un tiempo donde podemos compartir en un espacio de paz, donde podemos no solamente respirar juntos y movernos juntos y reírnos un rato, sino también compartir esas otras cosas que nos interesan mientras aprendemos.
Esatto.
Right? Something like that.
Esatto.
That was like the general idea of
parli italiano benissimo, Lisella.
Sí, bueno, yo comprendo. Yo no parlo. Todavía, not yet. Magari, which is one of my favorite words, per la finita dell'anno. Che?
Perché ascoltare è, diciamo, un'azione che arriva a te, right?
Sí, el escuchar es una acción que te llega. El hablar la tienes que generar.
Parlare è un'azione che esce fuori da te.
Exacto.
Right?
Que tienes que pedir, que tienes que tú generar.
Esatto. Esto has to do with our ego. Because when we talk, we want to not be perfect, but we want to be, that nobody can tell us, oh, you don't say like this, you say like that, right? So there is
I don't care about making a fool of myself, and that's why I have
anche io también, però
cuando yo estoy en Italia, yo digo cada disparate, gente, cada disparate, pero la gente cuando sabe que tú estás tratando también te tratan tanto mejor. Así que no es cuestión de ser perfecto, es cuestión de ir aprendiendo y de tener curiosidad y desde un buen lugar uno compartirse y vivir y pasarla lindo. Yo a mí no me importa decir disparate, yo no quiero ser perfecta, pero ahora mismo me gusta más escuchar because I understand so much more than what I can speak.
È vero. Se volete, guys, se volete più informazioni, potete scrivere a questo email
clases@commonlanguage.net y el teléfono es 646-207-8345. Le pueden mandar un mensajito, pueden escribir un email o pasar por su página web donde está la información también. Así que nos vemos el 28. ¿A qué hora es, Stefano? ¿A qué hora?
Dimmi ancora?
¿A qué hora es la clase de yoga?
¿A qué hora?
So from 6 to 9 p.m. Febrero 25 de 6 a 9 de la tarde vamos a estar en Samadhi haciendo esa clase de yoga en español y en italiano. Así que
si dice una casa abierta, ¿no?
Casa abierta, open house. Sí, una casa abierta.
Donde inviteremos los estudiantes.
¿Y cómo se dice en italiano casa abierta? Casa
Italiano,
aperta.
scusa,
Casa aperta.
Una casa aperta.
Casa
Una
aperta.
Casa aperta.
I know that.
E inviteremo gli studenti, i followers di Lisel, ma anche avremo un po' di cibo italiano, un po' di cibo spagnolo, un po' di vino, un po' facciamo un po' di yoga. Insomma, cercheremo di passare una bella serata. We will try to spend a beautiful evening.
We will definitely spend a beautiful evening. Yes. I know for sure because you are so much fun, Stefano. You're a wonderful human. And I just love being in your presence because he has some great ideas, a great mind. He's so creative. And it's just very fun. Muy divertido aprender con él. Así que, como todo lo que a mí me fascina, me encanta traerlo también a mi comunidad. Aquí les presento a Stefano, a Common Language, clases@commonlanguage.net o a commonlanguage.net para la web y su teléfono. Lo voy a escribir aquí abajo y los esperamos el 28 de 6 a 9 de la noche en Samadhi para ese open house de ese pop-up language school que vamos a estar comenzando pronto.
Perfetto.
¿Sí? Ciao, buona serata.
Grazie mille per avermi come ospite. Grazie mille.
Buona giornata a tutti, ragazzi.
Grazie mille. Un bacio. Ciao a tutti.
Ciao. Grazie.
A presto.
A presto.